Hey guys, Han again, and how to feel to have the freedom and luxury of living like the 1%. Well, I don't know, because I'm just a stupid 19-year-old in his mum's basement making YouTube videos. Well, today we're going to be going through the thoughts and values that can help you accelerate your wealth, and therefore live the life you want comfortably. Now, nothing I say in this video is investment advice. However, some psychology that you can use not only to become a wiser investor, but also to acquire some more knowledge for life's predicaments, as well as being able to treat others kindly. But without further ado, let's get into some of the facts. First of all, we have to answer the question of what is the 1%. You know, you have to make $1 million a year in salary and own a crazy stock portfolio, as well as 10xing their money every year in cryptocurrency. Well, no, actually, the 1% of households, so the two people in a relationship who are owning the house, have just over $11 million in net worth, which may sound quite ridiculous, but it's easier than you think. By investing a combined $20,000 in the S&P 500 and holding for 40 years at average returns, between the two people, they'll amass over $13 million and will cement you well and truly into the 1%. And if you're younger, maybe in your 20s, and want to wait till you're 60 to be quote unquote rich, or maybe you're already in your 40s or 50s, I know, my target audience, and want to live comfortably in retirement in just maybe 20 years, it'll take you a small 150 grand a year as a couple for 20 years. Wait, what? This just shows at a young age how much money is worth, as only 10 grand per year can propel you into the 1%. Which is really attainable whilst maintaining strong discipline and investing every month in the stock market, whilst keeping low expenses and living below your means. But on the other hand, if you try this at a later age, it is much harder to do this on the same time horizon. And I know a lot of people are really fearful about putting money in the stock market as it can drop drastically, or they think it's too risky. But I've just showed you numbers and they've stayed the same throughout all of history. It isn't risky. Risky is actually putting your money into savings and losing 2% every year to inflation. Risky is being the average person and just fitting in. And it's so frustrating for these people who don't understand, and I do teach them, but they just don't listen. It's really annoying, and they're so fearful. But if you just take the first step, don't worry, just put, even if it's the first couple $100 into there, whatever you think it is, putting it in will give you that monetary incentive to keep doing it and learn some more. And then they say, oh, but Hayden, what's the point of living if you can't buy what you want when you want? Well, you can actually value how you look to everyone else, or you can value what you actually are. The maths is simple, but no one wants to do it, and however long my YouTube career lasts, I'll just keep teaching it and hoping people listen, because it's really good for you. Really, really good for you. Just fix this shit real quick. Well, guys, I had about 6 assignments last week, and also busted my finger, so I'm having a great time. And we're back. The YouTube video might be a bit different structure, but I'm going to try, okay? Enjoy. Now, next part of the video isn't as focused on the financials of the 1%, but rather values and beliefs, the mannerisms and behaviours, and the endeavour and exercises that differentiates the 1% from the rest of society, which ultimately unlocks a true gateway to financial freedom. Now, guys, it may be a bit cliche, but I think the essential step towards becoming the 1% is, in fact, goal setting. Now, here in Australia, I don't know if it's around the world, but we learn about SMART goals in school, which stood for specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and timely. Now, myself and others in school didn't really complete these goals because they're really restrictive on human behaviour. Because you can attain really anything you want. It doesn't actually have to be realistic or timely like school taught us. Elon Musk was really famous for this because let's say you want to clean your house and you gave yourself 2 weeks, he found that people wouldn't even start until like the 11th or 12th day because they do it all last minute. But if you gave yourself 6 hours to do so, you get it done straight away. And another lesson I recently learned about goal setting was from the owner of Sony back in the 1950s, his mission statement for the company was to make Japan known for quality. He wanted Japan to hold a reputation all around the world, which was at a time where Japan was similar to China nowadays, where you kind of get cheap and outsource goods from there. So what you need to pick up from this is that this CEO of Sony wanted to make Japan, not his company, Japan as a whole, known for good products. My personal goal is to build this channel and disperse the knowledge I've learned over the last year and continue to learn because I think it's really important for these people to learn these simple lessons to help become financially free. And my goal might change in the future if this thing builds up or I switch because we truly don't know what the future holds for us, but if we set goals, do along our path in life. Now, a quote that I love and I like to tinker for myself is that almost all people are born with sight, but only the 1% God has given a vision. And it's that 1% that God will guide to change the world. The main reason most young people fail to manage their finances is because they have high expenditures and also want to look rich. And seriously, this is what rich people look like. I've heard so many people say that if they had money and would be rich, then they would start investing, but unfortunately, the only way you actually become rich is from investing. Because managing 10 grand is the same as managing a million, which is the same reason why most lottery winners lose it all shortly. Again, people rather go broke to look rich instead of actually playing the part, which is highly due to society's expectations. Seriously, so many people in their mid-20s want to rush out of home to live by themselves without being financially ready to do so. Usually to avoid the backlash of living with their mum in their 30s. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm only joking. But seriously, I've seen society's expectations not only with money but with looks, personality, class, popularity, all these things really affecting young people's lives. And it's caused unhappiness for vast amounts of the population. Seriously, I own a Toyota Camry and most people have made the Uber joke about how I drive an Uber and, I'll pick me up or whatever. And I just have a laugh and I just don't take it personally. I don't really care. A funny story, one time I parked before work and someone hopped in my car thinking I was an Uber and it was really funny. And I believe it's healthy to laugh even at yourself. But people are so opinionated sometimes. Like if you finish school or drop out early to learn a trade, people just think you should have gone to university. You buy the red car that you love, people say buy the blue one. When I started this YouTube channel, my parents thought it was stupid and I should just focus on uni. But hey, I'm still here and I'm manifesting my goals. Everyone has their opinion, but you don't have to please them at a detriment to you. Like I said, just laugh, then agree, and then just do whatever you're going to do anyway, because it's the best thing for you. The 1% don't let others sway their thinking, because only you can envision what life wants from you. How to be your story. And that's the true secret how to live like the 1%, not just with money, but with life. Another point I like to make is that people truly don't focus on their failures. Do you think the brightest minds in the world never actually failed? I bet even Einstein put an X in the wrong position once or twice. However, the 1% went in the shadows. They act on their failures and challenges. And that's what makes them what they are today. I would like to play a video now from Prince EA, who is a truly motivational speaker, and what he says really hits home on how to act on opportunity through failure.
Hey, I don't care who you are, what race, what age, what gender. I don't care about any of that stuff. But what I do know is that you have a dream inside of you. And that dream you have kept hidden from the world. You've made excuses for it. You've delayed it. You've listened to people telling you to be realistic. But deep down in your heart, you know that you're not living to your potential. And life is now something you're just getting on with. I want to lay some reality on you real quick. Where is the wealthiest place in the world? Do you know? It's not China. It's not Dubai. It's the graveyard. Because in the graveyard, you will find inventions never invented, businesses never erected, songs never sung, books never written, ideas never nurtured, people never realized because they were scared to take a risk. Scared like you. But you want to know something else? You're not in the graveyard yet. And we get one life, right? And every passing moment, we would never get back again. You would never start this video with the same perspective you had when you click play. You would never brush your teeth the same way twice in your life. There ain't no rewind button on life. I will never get that breath back ever again. See, this present moment is so precious. We have to be here. We have to be in it and make the most of it. We have to live our dreams now because they are possible.
And that's how I want to end this video, by just showing you that not all ideas are realistic or thought attainable, and that the biggest risk in life isn't taking risk at all. So to truly make it to the 1%, you have to make that jump. And with that said, it's been Hayden, and I really feel it's necessary for people to listen to this video and listen to what I have to say. Thanks again, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Click through to my last video on my thoughts for investors going through traumatic times, and click below for my socials. Anyway, guys, Hayden out.